Kickboxing into that room, and I mean, I'm excited to see what they've made out of him for this.
Yeah, we see tonight having that room of savages around him. I mean, that he's got to train with, especially with Alexander Volkanovski also being there, and Hooker getting ready for fights, Israel Adesanya in there. And just think this guy's got all the skills to really be a standout fighter in the UFC. And he went in there in that fight in the, not the Contender Series, feel fully confident. He felt like the training camp really never established itself, found himself the Ultimate Fighter, never really got into a groove. And as a fighter, and what's being put in, he talked about bringing a training partner in last minute who got stacked against him. But I feel like we'll see the best version of him here tonight.
Yeah, he feels like this. Did watch that season of Tough. You know what he is capable of. A dominant, well-rounded, but where he shines is when he can walk guys down, land tight mission game going. He's got 6 wins via submission, and I'm excited to Naimov.
Great opportunity here for Khan Ofli to add. Going to be a tough ask. And here walks his opponent, Muhammad Hilsing. For this one, though, he set up camp in Denver as well. He, too, was in a great room alongside Justin Gaethje, the incredible coaches. But he particularly clicks with UFC veteran Jones of the game to help him win the rounds, but also the process, the highest level.
And the psychological elements of fighting when you have, I don't know how many people gathered in front of one screen cheering you on from your... You're right, John. He comes from such a great camp, trains out in Colorado, has for a very training it at elevation. That will not be a factor in this fight. He is guys down with straight shots, and he pulls them into his right hand, and he does beautifully. Really high-level kicking game, mean in the clinch. He's got Paul. I don't know that that's the part of his game he's going to lean on the most, but
I think he's got to be careful, maybe turning his back and giving up takedown op fight. He got caught in a rear naked choke, but you know, Naimov, I feel like he's him level up and really be, you know, sort of pissed off about that and really be stacked against you. And I think we often talked about the other guy who has to also adjust his game plan, who maybe have been studying the other. You talk about the kicking game. I mean, he was a World Taekwondo champion, so do expect that.
All right, let's put up the tail of the tape for the featherweights then. The man is taller by 2 inches. He also outreaches Ofli by a very Joe.
3 rounds this in the UFC featherweight division. A freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in officially 100, 3 defeats with 1 draw. Fighting out of Bali in Australia, here is Genghis. In the corner, this mixed martial artist is 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in a record in 14 fights, 11 victories with 3 defeats. And here is Muhammad, the Human. There's your referee in charge, Mark Gunner.
Mark Khan Ofli calling this his prop momentum against that man, Muhammad Naimov. They touch him up. Offli's wearing the red.
Fast-paced fight between these 2 featherweights. Both these guys can move. Good.
Down, and if indeed they get in those ranges, he's got a couple of little gifts. Naimov with the full support. The ring in a stadium. It's at a decent time for them. Down under next week of Australia. The Aussie took his training to City Kickboxing.
Oh, man.
Time. Over there.
Oh.
Go to your left. Go to your left. Take your time. Take your time. Stay there.
This is no laughing matter, Mark.
No, Mark.
Take your time. Take your time. You okay?
Just 40 seconds needed. They touch him up, get straight back to it.
Yeah, I was about to say before that happened, he was looking to get his kicks going. Exactly. Low like that. That's when he gets the kicking game going.
Defensively responsible tonight against Naimov. Just cut Santos on the tough finale. Didn't.
He ate a lot of leg kicks in that fight as well. That could be a factor here if Naimov do the same.
Got caught mid-range.
See how Ofli was struggling to get out of there, but now in close.
Hopefully working for double unders here. We'll see if he can the ability to drop down and look for
something.
It would be something. Maybe he'll opt for a little bit more of a safe sided.
Yeah, a couple of other body lock takedown, but why not go for the straight suit?
Nice little knees, chipping away here, taking his time.
It is really frustrating though when someone has double unders on you and they're elevating your arms like, and find a way to reverse the position and put them back on the fence.
Just frustrate him and get him to dig those. And as he does, he gets a little separation. He's just holding here.
Let's work with the position, guys, please.
The underhook from Naimov.
Warning him about the right elbow of Naimov if they separate here.
Watch that right elbow on the break.
Looking to measure Offley there.
Broken toes.
Take the leg kick to land the elbow. Lovely stance switch to power kick from Naimov.
It's going is when he starts mixing up his stances and his weapons. Dumps Offley right on.
Started with that liver kick. He was right under the elbow. Offley appeared to maybe off balance him, and then Naimov just right in on.
Very well done. Working back at the head pressure and
tiring work over the
back of the head. Time!